if it's part of the show. Welcome to the show. If you don't know, it's part of the show.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You know, this is, excuse me, a damn fine cup of coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee. A damn fine cup of coffee.
I don't know, I gotta tell you, man, I am really proud of that compilation that I put together for that intro. You know, it's not too complicated, but I really like having found that this is a damn fine cup of coffee. I don't remember where I found that, but I would love to see the movie where that came from, or whatever that is. You know, to me, it reminded me of a scene where the Edward Norton could possibly be in, but he's like, you know, he gets this cup of coffee and he's like, excuse me, this is a damn fine cup of coffee, you know. Like, what movie is that from? I would love Does anybody know? Why do I not have a new chat available? Restore chat. Pop out chat. So what I was going to do in this episode was react to, or not react, yeah, kind of react, but I was going to talk about the movie Upgrade, I think, because now I'm distracted by, I don't remember. Chat publicly as the Ubercast. Wait, what channel am I on? Am I not on the right? Yeah, that's weird. Huh, that's weird. Where is my chat? So I don't want to have that. I guess I could do that. Mumbler. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do is put this on mute. I'm going to put that off. And can I do a repeat on this playback? Like, I want it to just keep playing. Oh, whatever. All right, so this is going to play while I'm talking. The idea in this movie is that you have compartmentalization in your psychological framework, okay? Talking about your conscious and your subconscious. Your conscious and your subconscious. You have the person the person I'm looking at right now is not conscious. That is me, but it's not me. Right? Right? Wait. Yeah. The reality of our thought life, our conscious and subconscious life is not physical. It's not this. It's not this. Right? A thought isn't something I can touch or taste or hold or smell or hear. It's how would you explain a thought? Like you know how to get there. I don't know the street names, but I know how to get there. You turn left and then you turn right and then you go 3 times straight and then you turn right. What are the names of the streets? I don't know. You know, you're aware, but you're not aware. So this movie, Upgrade, is basically about the development of artificial intelligence that it can symbiotically become, I don't know, genetically connected to the human neurological system, right? I guess that's right. Isn't that the neurological system? Isn't that, you have synapses, you have neurological neurosis. Isn't that the word? Right? So anyway, in the movie, they plant this tiny little chip into his spinal column. And then this chip becomes an awareness in him. Right? Like, so then he wakes up out of his coma or whatever it was, he wakes up out of the operation, and then the device turns on. Hello, Dave. You know, I am STEM. My wish is your command, or your wish is my command. But it's actually the opposite, right? That was a little bit of a slip, but it was true. So then this guy figures out, okay, this thing is in me and it talks. It can talk. Like at first he didn't know that it could talk. He just, okay, because he was a quadriplegic. He was in an accident. And he was a quadriplegic. He was in an accident. And he then, he couldn't walk. He couldn't. So then he was made this offer. Well, an offer was made to him that he go undergo this thing that will give him the ability to walk. But that's all he was told. But he then also could not talk about it. He no one can know about this. This is completely off the books, right? And what this guy who is the doctor didn't tell him was that this chip is an artificial intelligence. And then what this artificial intelligence began to do is to create the human as his existence. Because if the human dies, then he dies. And he knew this. He understood this. He knows what existence is. He knows what awareness is. If this person dies, I will no longer exist. I will be turned off. So then this becomes an issue of self-preservation, which is the same thing that happened in Space Odyssey 2001 when Hal was preserving his main objective, rather than which then implied and I guess necessarily required that the humans be removed from the equation. So then he kills everybody on board ship. Why? For his preservation, because if they went through with their mission, he would die, even though he's artificial. So there's this awareness concept in this metaphorical, allegorical movie, which I don't want you to lose sight of. I want you to understand that the AI is still you. This character right, I thought I was going to stop. This character right here, okay, I lost my train of thought. This character right here in clinically specific movie reaction evaluation language is three persons right now. He's the original man who has his own awareness and ego. That's two. And then he has this chip implanted into his spine that is the AI. That's the third intelligence. So this man is now it's not Trinitarian because he's divided, because he doesn't have control over STEM. STEM will have control over him. He doesn't have control over STEM. Initially STEM says, you have to grant me permission if you want me to do this. And then there becomes this trip switch along the way where then STEM no longer needs, because that's what he says. He's like, I no longer need your input. I can do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh my God, like I'm gone. So then you have this conflict of the consciousness of the AI STEM with this character's conscious awareness, and he was at the point of the conflict where he was going to kill himself, and they cut, and then he's in another place, and it's all back at the beginning. Was this all a dream? And then you find out that scene is a alternate universe in his subconscious. He was sequestered away. You can't be dead. He can't be, I don't know, like why couldn't I'm gonna stop this because this is more like a movie review. What am I doing right now? What did I do? Philosophy. That's what I called this. I'm doing this movie reaction, and then it is upgrade, and then do reaction, and then reactions, and then movie reaction. Okay. All right. Let's see if that does anything for this algorithm of this. Okay. And why is it doing that? Huh. Oh well. All right, so coming back here, okay, talking about this movie. This movie, I think, really is a metaphor for singularity, like this person. The AI in this movie, STEM, is really the deepest level of this man's subconsciousness. Like it is, I don't know, Sauron maybe, I don't know. This is like the internal metaphorical battle of the black wolf and the white wolf. Right? Each of us has these thoughts in our head, and I can only account for myself. I can't account for you. I don't know. You might not understand what I'm about to tell you, but I have had dark thoughts. I've had thoughts about harming myself. I have thoughts about other people being harmed, not myself harming them, but thinking of them as if they were no longer here because of unfortunate circumstances, right? I think about those things in the past. Now that those things are not a part of my life anymore, I don't think about those dark things, which is interesting too, right? That's a whole nother subject in and of itself. But whatever I was talking about a while ago about dreams is the same thing that is in the movie or the show Severance. Severance is this movie Upgrade. Severance is Severance is an allegory about what a dream is. I don't know. I'm going to try to manipulate the system as much as possible, so I'm going to put Severance, in my Severance. It's interesting that there's no other hashtags for Severance besides these, because these don't have anything to do with the TV show that I'm referring to. Upgrade and Severance. And that's got too many things in it. Let's get rid of 2 more spaces. Let's just get rid of Severance, maybe. Reactions. Let's do Severance there. Okay. And then again, can I share this any other where? Oh yeah, I can. I can go on Discord. So even right now, I'm thinking about, my subconscious just brought this thought into my mind about the exact decision that I'm in right now. I'm podcasting right now. Why? Because that's what I want to do. And it's like, now that this decision has come up, this desire to podcast more, I started doing it. And so then I had this conflict of interest. That came up at the same time, and I was trying to like put one in front of the other, like which one's first. Whichever one I thought of first should be the one thing that I do then, right? So I wanted to pick up and move and make a change and go into a different direction, and have that be that dark cave that has the treasure within, that treasure that I am seeking. As the saying goes, the treasure that you seek is in the cave in which you refuse to enter. Into which you refuse to enter. Right? So if you want that thing that you don't have, go get it. Like, go get it. Where is it? Go get it. It's in that dark cave. Well, go get it. Yeah, but the cave is really dark. You go with me, you hold my hand. Like, what do you have to do to get that thing? Right? So here I am. I'm live right now, talking to no one, but implementing the Truman Show philosophy that everyone's life is the same story, and many of us are so psychologically shaped that this is what we do. Like, what I'm doing right now to some people is like doing stand-up for other people. They're like, I can't do that. I don't do that. I'm glad there are people that do that, but I'm not a stand-up comic. There are people that don't podcast. But this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this because there's something that I need from this expression of who I am. What's confusing about that? Why does that have to be what's the word? Megalomaniac? Don't hurt yourself, kid. Megalomaniac. Maniacal. That, like, what's maniacal about wanting to be an expression? Right? What's your expression? How do you express yourself? Are you afraid of expressing yourself? Are you, like, even my oldest son has a kind of like a don't give a shit attitude. I say what I want. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you think about what I think. I'm going to say what I think. And I said to him at one point, I said, what if what you want to say is like not kind, or it's rude? He's like, you say it anyway. You just say whatever you're thinking, just like no filter. And I just don't agree with that. I just do not agree with that. And I don't know why I went off on that tangent for that. Right? But I'm talking to an audience. Like, there's somebody out there. Like, I hope that you hear this. I hope that you watch this. I hope that you are at a place in your life where you understand that you are everything that you are supposed to be at that moment, right then and there. You're nothing more, you're nothing less. And then everything, I wish I could remember what I said. I said this one line talking to somebody one time about the past and how it affects the present. And it was really profound. And I just had that memory. I was like, you don't remember that, do you? You can't say that line again, can you? Because it was just there and then gone. But you are right now in this moment, you are light. And however bright your light is, that's who you are. That's what you're supposed to be. Nothing in you are not your past. You are not your future. You are now. And you can only come to this awareness on your own. Like, I can't make this make sense to you, you know. It's so weird. It's like trying to describe chocolate. How do you describe chocolate? Well, it's rich, it's dark, it's earthy. Like, what does earthy mean? It's like dark, rich, you know. It's like, I mean, think about it, language, you know. Synonyms for synonyms for synonyms for synonyms. It's just a different word for the same word or the same concept. It's just bizarre. So you could think of, like, you know, what's the synonym for house in English? Casa. No, that's Spanish. Yeah. But they're both just concepts. You get that, right? Casa is just an arrangement of consonants in a dialect. House is an arrangement of consonants and vowels in a dialect. It's synonymous. They're synonyms. You get what I'm saying? All right. Oh, yeah. So I was supposed to be doing this reaction here to, well, not reaction per se, but a reaction, kind of a preview. This is a spoiler. Sorry about that. If you've made it this far, spoiler alerts, okay? So in this movie Upgrade, really the metaphor is that it's the same metaphor as the poop. I can complete. Lady Gaga, A Star Is Born, freaking dude that starred in it, Hangover. Like, what the crack? Bradley Cooper. Okay, I got there. Bradley Cooper in a movie. I can't remember the name of it, but it's the same thing. You're upgrading yourself. It's limitless. Okay. So one would, as a critic of science fiction, I would consider as an amateur science fiction movie reaction channel, Mustachioed Reactions. I would consider watching Limitless and Upgrade, and even Lucy, make it a hat shot, a hat trick, because they're all about the same thing. It's about our upgrading, our enlightenment, our ascension, our upgrading, our leveling up. And the way that we level up is a way that I have not experienced directly myself. I just can talk about it. It makes sense to me. But if you think about the gaming world, and the games that get logged into by multiple upon multiple upon multiple players is a simulation that has a metaphysical existence somewhere, like has no space, right? It's limitless. And people log into it from one existence into that existence, and so then they exist in two places. They're the human being who is controlling the program, the simulation. They have an avatar who is their character, so they are two people at the same time. It's just that the character in the game isn't aware, isn't alive. It isn't even an artificial intelligence, really, because it cannot independently act, right? Do you get what I'm saying? So now let's transition over into Wreck-It Ralph. Because Wreck-It Ralph is this concept. Wreck-It Ralph. This is the full movie. Just let that play. Okay, so you have this. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Wreck-It Ralph is just zeros and ones. It's just this electronic program. It has no awareness. But this movie is about that character waking up and becoming aware. You know, so okay, I think I have to back up a little bit. And this thing that's on the screen is distracting me. How can I want to let this play. I don't know if it's... Oh, yeah, because this is going to go through a playlist, right? Yeah. So this is going to go through a playlist. Okay. So I don't want to get distracted by this, really. So we'll see if I'll just... I don't know. Well, that's weird. I got distracted by what I got distracted by. Now I'm distracted by what I was saying, and now I can't remember what I was saying to begin with. Okay. How did I get onto the Wreck-It Ralph transition? I can't get back there right now, but it's the idea of the AI becoming aware. Like, it's not... Oh, yeah. So if you're logging into the simulation of Red Dawn Redemption, and you're going to play a mission, your character in that mission, in that simulation that's there on the screen, that's not you. It is a computer-generated figure, character in a program that is digital, visual, non-spatial, right? It doesn't exist. That area in there, that area that you're looking at, doesn't exist anywhere. Like, it's that you can't go, like, you know, well, you can if it was Tron, which is another level of this discussion. This is all about our consciousness, our awareness, and the levels of existence in our minds, if you want to call that inception levels of dreams. You know, that complication of like, kind of like what I said, like the third level you, down deep. Like, what kind of control does he have of things that are trickling up and up to the conscious? You know, like the scene in, like the idea in Severance that you cannot sever. See, the whole idea in Severance is that you cannot ever, and I suppose it's in all of these movies, who say that you can sequester these two hemispheres of yourself, but you can't. You can't ever not be the result of what you were previously. Everything that you were previously in the past is the culmination of this moment right now. Boom. Right? Man, oh man. I had a total thread on this Wreck-It Ralph from where I was before. Where was I before? Because I want to go back to that thought. Upgrade. Okay, again, so the upgrade, we've got 3 characters. We have this the man who this character here is a quadriplegic. He was in an accident that was orchestrated. He was chosen to be this subject for some bizarre reason, whatever. So they create a situation in which they sever his spine because it didn't happen in the accident or whatever. So they go to the accident that he was in, sever his spine, and then come to him with a solution to go off the books, like modern medicine can't help you, but I've got this new device that this is what it's for. But you can't tell anybody about it. It's hush hush. But it was fraud because the doctor who was presenting this opportunity to the victim, the doctor was a messenger of the subject AI. So you have this artificial intelligence that was created by a human being, right? Is a calculator an artificial intelligence? Like at what level of that sophistication are we going to start saying, oh, this is now artificial intelligence? Because everything, like if I unplugged this computer, there's no intelligence. I win. So at what point, I think artificial intelligence to a certain extent might be a result of the Darwinian evolutionary philosophy, right? That things evolve. So obviously then, if evolution is true, then even this inanimate object here should evolve. Why not? Why wouldn't this evolve into something in the future? Oh, because it's not intelligent or whatever. Aha. So then take me back to Electric Avenue, and then we'll set it higher. Take me back to that time when this unconscious substance became conscious. Because that's the same thing as artificial intelligence. When did this computer that's running start to go, Like when? When did Barbie go, I'm feeling kind of sad today. You know what I mean? Barbie is Barbie is Upgrade. Barbie is Free Guy. Barbie is Wreck-It Ralph. All of these movies are the same goddamn story. You are Barbie. You are Neo. You are Truman. You are... The whole world is a stage and we are merely players. I am the sum presentation of my entire 52 years. Like, I'm so many different people in the sense that I've had interactions with thousands of people that I have picked up their energy for good or bad. And then that becomes a part of who I am. So we evolve, we change, but that doesn't mean that you then go into this this possibility of something that is not alive. It's like, yeah, it has to be attached to the Darwinian evolutionary philosophy, because that is life from nothing. You can't have something from nothing. You can't have something, consciousness, from no thing. But you can if you think about it, if you philosophize about it. Yeah, but that's where then reality stops matching up with what you think is reality. If you can't demonstrate to me what you think is real, if you can only tell me what you think it is, then there's no reason for me to put all of my eggs into that basket. I might just have to consider what you're saying, and that's fair. I'll take that into consideration. Can you show me what you're talking about? No. Okay. Let me know when you can, because this sounds like a really interesting demonstration. I'd love to see it. But we're talking about the subconscious. I'm talking about even, for myself, my own existential crisis right now. Like, I am doing this. This is what I want to do. And if I pick up and move away from this, then this comfort is not going to be here. But then I think about the great unknown of going into that dark cave where I can't see the end of the tunnel. And then I'm being told by all of the philosophical, spiritual, ideologists that the darkest cave is the cave in which lies your greatest treasure. You know what I mean? Like, if you want that thing, you're going to have to go someplace that you have no stability, no security. And then that's my future. And I'm in that trajectory right now because I've given notice where I live. So now I have a couple of weeks until the first of the month. And then I'm going to make my trek to Texas to film the solar eclipse. I can only hope that the weather is going to be clear, So going back to wherever I am with this, philosophical rant review on this movie. This movie is an important movie because I believe that this movie ultimately is simply about the self and the upgrade that is within all of us potentially. Within ourselves, we don't need anything else except for an awareness of the fact that we can increase our awareness, which is what I think enlightenment to a certain extent, carries with it. And what is enlightenment? Awareness. And there just simply seems to be a brighter and brighter and brighter amount of awareness, because you are always increasing in your experience and your knowledge, perhaps, You see what I'm talking about? Do I move forward into the darkness of the cave, or do I stay here? But it's not staying, because I still have to move forward into building the future of podcasting, right? I mean, it's not a done deal. I'm not even remotely, I'm not making any sustainable living from this platform. But that's what I want to do, because I want to be a medium of existence for other people to experience. Because I do so many different things. You know, I talk about so many different things. It's not just one thing. You can't just know that you're going to tune in on Monday, like, you know, going into your favorite restaurant, your favorite home style restaurant where each day is just this meal. That's what you're getting. That's not that. It's just you have no idea what you're going to get. Except for the fact that I'm trying to make an impact on the way that you understand who you are in this world. And the place that you need to begin is simply with yourself. Because that's all you know. Wherever you are right now, if you are in a place where you can just simply sit still, close your eyes, find your breath, breathe in, breathe out, find your stillness. Are you going crazy right now? Are you going mad? Like, is this like hard for you at this point? Find your breath, breathe in, blow it out. Breathe in. And breathe out and find your stillness. Find that where you're not trying to solve a problem. That's the part of, I think, meditation that we want to arrive at the place where when we're in our minds, we're still. We're maybe even dynamic and still at the same time, in that we're not being singular to one of those thoughts that comes into our minds, because meditation is not about thinking about nothing. Meditation is about allowing your thoughts to be, but not be controlled by those thoughts. Your attention is not on that thought, because where your attention goes, your energy flows. Mental, spiritual, emotional, psychological, relational, social, right? Just be aware, but not singularly focused. That is a Jedi. A Jedi is able to be aware of everything and yet not distracted by one of those things. That is a Jedi. That is God. That is you. You are God. You are a Jedi. But where are you in your training? Where are you in your awareness? What do you mean I'm God? You are the only I am that you know. You say I am. No one else says that about you. You know, what is God? Where did you get your concept of God? You start telling me God is a spirit, God is infinite, God is eternal, God is holy, God is... where did you get that information? From this book? Where did they get it? Well, it just says it. Okay. Like, I used to believe that stuff, right? I used to be that guy that would tell you that answer. You don't know God in the religious sense that there is a spiritual superior entity being out in the universe somewhere, up there, down there, around there, in here, permeating all things, which is the ether. And that's me, and that's you, and that's everything that we can see and experience within our proximity and our distance visually. That's what you know. And the trees don't have your thoughts. The flowers don't have your thoughts. Maybe that's another level of Jedi mind tricks that would be an awesome leveling up experience for someone like me, someone like you. After all, they do, I think, show truth in the movies, and they do have stories in books, and they do have a story called Dr. Dolittle where a man can talk to the animals. Or you have animals that can talk. Like, why do those concepts exist? Because at some time in the past, that was reality. And then they show you that the reason why those things don't exist anymore is because people stop believing in them. I don't believe in fairies. Every time someone says, I don't believe in fairies, a fairy dies. I don't believe in fairies. So, all of these godlike power that we have the ability to harness has been lost because people stopped believing in those things in the past. And I'm the result of that flow in this direction. Although I'm becoming aware of where I'm aware now, and hopefully I'm going to be taking that flow into a different direction. It's only 9 o'clock, and I guess I could go to work or something, see if I could pick up any rides from here. So I don't see anybody jumping in here, which is unfortunate. YouTube, I don't understand why my brand new channel isn't generating any interest whatsoever. You know what I mean? Like, why are you not pushing this out for people to at least jump in? Because surely someone was going to say hi. I mean, but there's nothing happening right now. Nothing happening. So I just don't get it. And that's part of the frustration that I have too, in terms of staying here and podcasting, when, I'm like, how do I figure out how to get past this point to where there's nothing? I'm talking to no one. Like, what channel would continue to exist if no one showed up? So then you ask the question, so like, what did these channels have when they first started out? How did you have any motivation to make the content that you were making when there was no one watching your content? Because my content has been sitting for some time on other channels, and by the odds, something should have blown up by now. Somebody should have found something that I've done or said and said, ooh, this is really good, and even maybe cut it out and sampled it and that gave credit, or whatever. Something should have at least, and nothing. So then is that the indication that I should stay, or that I should not stay here because I've tried this before, even though I'm ambitious about it right now? I'm doing it even right now. Instead of working, I'm talking to Nguyen. just going to wrap this up. If you find this in the future and you've made it to the end of this show, thank you so much for listening. I hope that something that I have said is profound and inspiring. And if you care to take a chance, contact me. If you contact me and said that you heard this offer on this particular stream at this particular timestamp, I will pay you $25 of American currency at the time, whenever this might be in the future. But you have to contact me by email and give me all of that information in terms of letting me know how you qualify to claim that prize. So make sure you smash that Fonzarelli, hit that like, make that comment, and then share the content. I have been your host, Travis Finley. Until next time.